Hello world, it's your guy Guitar K back with another video, and today I'm talking about my top 5 bullies in hood movies. Before we get into the meat and potatoes though, when I was a kid, we bullied each other, yo. We called it cracking, scoring, joking, getting on you. We had your mama jokes, your daddy jokes, your brother, your sister, your clothes, anything that we wanted to talk about, we was going to talk about. I mean, if they had all these bully rules that they had when I was in school, nobody would have been in school. Everybody would have been put out of school for bullying. Even the teachers. But let's get into the list though. Number 5, Mr. Vonta Sweet as Rick Rock in Boys in the Hood. This is the guy who stole Ricky's ball. Hey, little man, throw me the ball. You know, little Chris, like, you know you ain't gonna never see that ball again if you throw it. Doughboy, man, I told you not to bring that ball. Here go Rick Rock. Hey, little Chris, tell this fool ain't nobody gonna take his ball, man. I got enough money to buy like 100 balls. But look, you know, after he took the ball, but you know, the good thing is it ended happily. He did get the ball back, but not because man changed his heart. As a matter of fact, Doughboy even tried to stand up to him, gave him like a UFC leg kick, but then he got backhand smack, kicked in the stomach a couple times. But then another one of the distinguished gentlemen felt bad for Ricky. Hey, little man, catch. End up throwing his ball back. Ricky ain't even catch it though. But a little classic part that stands out to me in this scene was, you know, Trey, he trying to throw the bully off the scent of the ball by saying, man, don't you know this is a dead body right here? He like, yeah, man, I know that shit. But look, he ain't fucking with you, so don't fuck with him. Sad but true. Side note, Vonta Sweet also played Sharif in Menace to Society, which was a pretty positive character. I wonder if it was the same guy, but he kind of like grew up. It just goes to show you that just because you was once a knucklehead in one life or in another movie, you can grow up to become a more positive role model in your community. Moving right along, we're going to go to Mr. Lamont Johnson as Wedge in the Kid and Play classic Class Act. Don't get it confused with House Party. It's not the same movie. If you're scrolling through channels and you might just flick through, you might think that it's House Party, people. Some people might not ain't never even seen Class Act because they thought it was House Party. But look, Kid plays a nerd, Mr. Duncan Penderhughes. Represent the nerds because I was one, so I know how that goes. But Wedge was your classic high school bully with the gold chains, the gold tooth, the mad different flavors and tank tops. He had the prettiest girl. He was a jock. And he just liked terrorizing people. And Duncan Penderhughes, it was open season on him until Mr. Blade Brown, played by Play, needed Duncan's help to pass glasses, to pass classes. See, that's true nerd stuff right there. I'm talking about glasses. I had them. I had braces, the whole nerd regalia. I had that. But anyway, in this movie, Blade Brown is a serious dude. Wedge can't see Blade Brown, and Blade Brown don't want nobody to know his bulliness. So he catch, you know, Wedge when ain't nobody else around and give him the beat down. And then he passed the torch on to Kid and make it seem like Duncan is the one putting the beat down on him, which then raises Kid's status amongst everybody. He ends up taking Wedge's girl. He started getting all popular, getting the praise. He become like the high school kicker. All of that, man. This was a classic movie. Again, it was eerily similar to House Party because they was in high school getting bullied, and I don't know, maybe that was the theme along that time. But nonetheless, it was a really great movie. Wedge got what he deserved. It's just a, you know, a true tale that karma comes back at you and that bullying is whack and that eventually you're going to get your just deserves, man. He come out the back with his eye on swole like Blade Brown, you know what I'm saying? But look, check out Class Act if you've never seen it. Moving right along. Speaking of House Party, I'm talking about my man Stab, Pee-wee, and Zilla as the 3 bullies in House Party. They was terrorizing shit. You know, they was classic. These gentlemen, you know, they had that. You smell something? You smell something? I smell pussy. Look, when I first heard that line, man, look, we was dying laughing. That's a classic line. It's still funny to this day. Not only were they bullies, they were also brothers in real life. They also was a real R&B, rap, whatever you want to call it, sexy flexy group called Full Force. That even sound like a bully name. Full Force. They were some bodybuilding, big swole head dudes. Remember when they couldn't get into the party, they get angry. They go back to the Jeep. They getting bats and chains and brass knuckles. They about to go in there and crack heads until Stab come out with the gasoline canister. And he like, so look, when they come running out of the burning building, they like, hold up, burning building? Look, man, I'm not talking about burning old people up. You know, Pee-wee, he ain't want to burn nobody up. All he wanted to do, his classic line, kick some fucking ass. Yeah, man, look. Another fun fact about this movie. Y'all know the classic dance-off in this movie. The song that was playing during the dance-off, that was Full Force performing that song. So not only were they kicking fucking ass in the movie, they was also laying down some bangers on the soundtrack. Bet you didn't know that, or you might did, but I told you anyways. Moving right along, Mr. Hawthorne James as Big Red in the Five Heartbeats. Look, Big Red was funny in the movie, but by the end of the movie, you hate Big Red. You was a dirty dog. You was a scoundrel. You was a scourge. You need to be took out back and shot. Big Red was the Suge Knight of the R&B business back in the day. Big Red Records was Death Row Records before Death Row Records. I mean, he hanging people out balconies. And if there's one thing you learned from watching the Five Heartbeats, if you ain't learned nothing else from the whole movie, you know Big Red's office hours. What's Big Red office hours? Bird, what's Big Red office hours? 9 to 5. Yeah, Big Red. Then he gonna have Jimmy killed. That's when I start hating him. He gonna have Jimmy killed because he don't want to be with his record label. Then he gonna show up at the man's funeral and try to hit on his wife, the beautiful, esteemed Eleanor, in front of everybody. But she pulled down the glasses, got up, gave Big Red a smack across his big red cheek. Come on, man. Y'all know that was a classic movie. And you know that Big Red, unfortunately, he was a classic bully, you know, trying to do whatever it took to get what he want. And now, ladies and gentlemen, number one, you know what's coming. Who coming? Debo. Who? Debo. Look, man, put your shit in. Put your shit away, man. Look, man, look, I'm going to just tuck mines in. Debo is your classic bully's bully. Why? Because he wasn't trying to hide it. It wasn't no deception, no sneakiness. This nigga was a bully. Everybody knew. The grown-ups knew. The store owners knew. The Chinese people knew. The pastor knew. Your wife knew. Your kids knew. When Debo coming, go the other way if you ain't trying to get took off. So rest in peace to the great Tommy Lister Jr., who played this role so great that today we don't even call bullies bullies. We call them Debos. Somebody take your stuff, yo, you gonna let him Debo you like that? Debo, classic bully, man. And he had so many different classic lines where he came with different statements or questions, however you want to put them, you know, like the mob, like offers you can't refuse. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you got on my 40, homie? That's my bike, punk. Yeah. Put that gun down, son. Get knocked out like your father used to. Yo, that's a cold line to tell somebody. Especially right in front they father. You put that gun down, son, and get knocked out like your father used to. Who else wants some? Who else wants some of Debo? You want a piece too? You want some of this too, old man? No. Hey, Craig, we gonna go and stand in the window. If anybody come, whistle. Come on, man. Yeah, you know I ain't even trying to get involved. Oh, you gonna get involved, or else I'm gonna knock your ass out. Man, hurry up. Classic. That's my number one pick for bully in a hood movie. So what you think about the list? You think it's anybody that I left out? You think I got the orders wrong? You think somebody else should have been number one? Are you a bully? Leave them people alone. Stop messing with people, children out here. Stop bullying people. It's wrong. It ain't right. You can get your ass locked up today, too. Bully somebody on Facebook and go to jail. And I ain't talking about Facebook jail. I'm talking about real jail. They're giving out real time for cyber bullying. Cyber bullying? That's a thing? This has been your guy, Guitar K, with my list of the top 5 movie bullies of all time. We're going to be coming back at you with more videos, more content when it comes to videos and content. And don't forget about my music. When it comes to these things, I'm like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Terminator. I'll be back. Be more shit.